Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stone Zone, the place where I blabber about Japanese cartoons. So Senku counted for 3,700 years. No biggie, anyone can count. You learn counting in like kindergarten. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. All jokes aside, 3,700 years is an insanely long time, believe it or not. You could watch 97,236 anime episodes in that time. But why did Inagaki choose this number? Why couldn't it be any lesser or any more? Stick around till the end to find out if I find out the reason, because I don't know either. Thank you so much Samuraj Official for giving me this video idea, even though it was quite indirect. If you guys have any topics you want me to cover, let me know in the comments down below, and I might make a video on that. Anyway, let's get right into it. Oh, also, in 2005, the Australian government banned the word mate. The Prime Minister at the time, though, John Howard, said that it was an important part of Australian culture, and the ban was overturned in a day. Oh, and now you pay up for the fact by subscribing. Thank you very much. So everyone thinks 3,700 years was just a random number Inagaki chose, but why did he choose it? Metal constructions would all be destroyed in about 300 years, and yes, even stainless steel would rust after some time, because in simpler terms, the chromium in stainless steel reacts with oxygen in the air, which makes an extremely thin layer of chromium oxide. This is what makes it stainless, but things like moisture and rain will eventually destroy that layer after some time. Most stainless steel takes about 50 years to corrode. 500 to 700 years would be much more comprehensible, and since all of the buildings and such wouldn't have completely gotten destroyed, it would have added a much more apocalyptic feel rather than a Stone Age feel. A multiple of 1,000 or a multiple of 500 would be way too perfect, but why 3,700? Let me tell you. So when I say Senku, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Yep, spring onions. So adding the numbers of each alphabet in spring onion, you get 150. We now solve Senku's birthday, 4/1. 4 divided by 1 is 4, so then you multiply that by 150, which we got earlier. Now we have 600. The kanji for Senku consists of 1,000 and sky, so multiplying 600 and 1,000, we get 600,000. The name of the Egyptian sun god is Ra, and remember how we took the Sen part from Senku's name? Yeah, and now we take the second kanji, which stands for sky. Now you might be thinking, how in the world does the Egyptian sun god have anything to do with Dr. Stone? And let me tell you, you know how all the buildings got destroyed and stuff due to the petrification? One of the few structures that didn't rust and got destroyed were the Egyptian pyramids. These pyramids were built for the pharaohs who worship the gods, and the most important god in Egyptian mythology is Ra, the sun god. So now we have Ra and Ku, sun and sky. You might be able to guess where I'm going with here. In case you didn't, the third opening of Dr. Stone is called Paradise, and this in Japanese would be Rakuen. And this makes perfect sense, because paradise, which can also be called heaven, is in the sky. Other things that are in the sky include the sun, the moon, and the stars. Well, they aren't exactly in the sky, but they are, sort of. Now, Hyoga means ice moon, and well, that's one of the things I said that, is in the sky. So another type of moon is a satellite, and you know, the Soyuz. It was Byakuya and the others who were on the Soyuz, and Byakuya means 100 nights. Dividing the number we got earlier by 100, we get 6,000. Oh, we're dividing it because, Byakuya is dead. And well, we got 600,000 by only using Senku, who is in fact very alive. Now, the most meaningful word in Dr. Stone has got to be stone. It's in Senku's name and in the title of this anime. The story takes place in a stone world, etc., etc. Stones and rocks obviously contain minerals and metals, and how many of them are there? Yep, there are in total 118 elements, of which 94 are metals. And we obviously know that these metals are found in rocks and stone. Now, out of the 94 metals, aluminum is the most common, which covers 8% of the Earth's crust. Multiplying the atomic number of aluminum with the number of metals in the periodic table, we get 1,222. Another iconic thing about Senku is his E=mc². Of course, the famous scientist who came up with this formula is Albert Einstein, who had a 1,427-page FBI file. I have no idea why. Subtracting 1,427 by 1,222, we get 205. Inagaki was born in 1976, so adding 205 to that gives us 2,181. As of now, the biggest occurrence that has happened in the anime is the defeat of the Tsukasa Empire. If you're watching this in 2023 or later, well, that would be weird. Anyway, when the Science Kingdom beats the Tsukasa Empire, Senku is at the age of 17. Eye Shield 21 was the manga Inagaki finished before starting Dr. Stone, so now we have 21. At the start of Dr. Stone, who are the most important characters? Yep, Senku, Taiju, and Tsukasa. 3 people. Dividing 21 by 3, we get 7. Multiplying that with Senku's age, we now have 119. We now add this to 2181, which we got earlier. Now the total number we have is 2300. You might have forgotten now, but remember how we got 6000? By adding the elements of spring onion, multiplying that with Senku's date of birth, and then multiplying that with 1000, which is in Senku's name, which then gives us 600,000, which we then divided by 100 because 100 is in Byakuya's name, and now we subtract that by 2300. What do we get? Yep, 3700. So, your mind has probably exploded to bits by now. You're welcome. Anyway, I sincerely apologize to those who wanted an actual answer. There's nothing, like absolutely no information on this, not even in the author's notes, references from other manga written by Inagaki, or editors' comments on this. It seems like a completely random number with no real meaning behind it. Hopefully we get an answer to this in the future, because this is not a minor and negligible question. 3700 has become quite an iconic number in the Dr. Stone community now. Feel free to share your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, okay bye.